Hello, everyone, and welcome to our class about making emergency calls in English. It's my pleasure to be here with you. We have a nice activity planned. So today you'll learn lots of vocabulary, and you'll get to do a role play, or two or three, making an emergency call. All right, so when you're ready, come on into the Hangout. We're ready to go ahead and get started. All right, good. So I see that we've got a friend, we've got Jung, and we've got Athai. Welcome to class, everyone. All right, you should be able to join me in the Hangout, so come on in when you're ready. All right, very good. So we have Suno. Suno, welcome to class. How are you?
Hello,
Good. Hello, Suno. How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay, Suno. Suno, where are you calling from today? Where are you from?
I'm from South Korea.
I'm from South Korea.
Yes.
Okay, good, good. All right, now what time is it in South Korea right now?
It's 9 p.m.
Ah, so you're already in the evening today.
That's right.
Ah, okay. Okay, very good. Now at 9 p.m., is it dark or is it still light outside?
Uh, it's already dark.
Okay. Yeah, I asked because in the United States where I'm from, at 9 o'clock, depending on the season, if it's the summertime, then it's still light outside at 9 o'clock. It's not bright, but it's just at the point where it's getting dark. Okay, very good, very good. Well, I think this is the first time that I've had the pleasure of having you in my class. It's great to have you here, Shuno. Um, I'll tell you just a little bit about myself. As I mentioned, I'm from the United States. I'm from Ohio, but I currently live in Costa Rica. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty bright here. Not sure why it's so bright. It's just about 6 a.m. on Sunday morning here in Costa Rica. All right, very good. Okay, well, great to have you here in class, Suno. All right, and let's see. Let's welcome your other students. Let's see, Lucia, welcome to class. How are you?
Hi, you can call me Lucy.
Lucy, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you, Lucy. So, Lucy, please tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Croatia. I'm 18 years old, and I just joined Verbling just to exercise my speaking.
Okay. Well, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, I know.
And we're definitely going to work on some speaking today. We're going to do a couple of role plays, and you're going to get some vocabulary for making an emergency call. Never know when you might need this information, so hopefully you'll find it helpful.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to welcome your classmates. All right, and let's have Atai. Atai, welcome to class. How are you?
Hello, how are you, Carissa? I'm doing great.
I'm doing just fine today. Thanks very much for asking, Atai. So, Atai, please introduce yourself to your classmates.
Okay, so my name is Ata. It's not Atai, it's Ata.
Ata.
I'm living in France, and I came here just like our friend Lucia to improve my English and my communication skills. I was a regular student last year, but I had to stop and to make a pause because I had a lot of things to do. And I also want to know if you can hear me clear.
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back. I'm glad that circumstances changed for you so that you're able to rejoin us here at Verbaling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Very good. Go ahead and continue welcoming your classmates. All right, I see that we have Let's see. Okay, let's see. Luo. Luo, welcome to class. How are you doing today, Luo?
I'm doing well, Carissa. Nice to meet you again. Nice to see you again. I mean, yeah.
Yes, it's good to see you again as well. Thanks for joining us here. All right, very good. Great to have you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue. I think, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Anek? Anek?
Oh, Alex. Alex.
Alex.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Hello,
yeah.
Alex. How are you today?
I'm fine, very good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Doing just fine today. So, Alex, please introduce yourself to your classmates.
Oh, hello, everyone. I'm from Russia. I since to join the European from the June this year, and I want to improve my spoken English, and this site very helpful to do it.
Okay, good, excellent. Okay, so you're here to also improve your pronunciation and your speaking ability. Very good, great. Looks like a few of you here had the exact same goals. Beautiful. Okay, great to have you. Let's see, Jila, or Jela, welcome to class.
Thank you very much. My name is Gela. I'm from Georgia.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to meet you, everyone.
Okay, very good. And thank you very much for giving me the correct pronunciation of your name. I do appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
All right, very much, Kayla. Okay, well, I think we've introduced everyone. Very good. Okay, well, as you would have read in the class description, today we're going to talk about making an emergency call in English. You likely know how to do that in your native language, but there may occur a chance or a situation where you need to make an emergency call in English. All right, so we're going to get right into our lesson today. I'm going to first start by asking a question, okay? Has anyone here ever made an emergency call? Just in your own native language. Has anyone ever made an emergency call before?
I've met, yes, a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
When I was very young, I traveled to another city, and at midnight, I and another fellow in the karaoke, and we sang songs. So, and another tables people sat there, and my fellow asked me, would you like to have the beauty came over my table? I said no, but but he insisted to ask the another table's girl come over my table. So another table's guys went out, and after that when we went out the karaoke center, they waiting for me, and had knife and want to attack me.
Hmm.
Yeah, not what attack. They are attack me. They will attack me, and so I run, and I call the police. I'm in emergency. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, that's a story.
Wow. So I'm gonna give you a sentence here. So you could say they pulled a knife on me. Okay, so that's one way to express that they pulled out a knife and they wanted to attack you. Okay, so you could say also, as you mentioned, they attacked me with. I say that. Wow. Okay. Wow. That got my adrenaline going. That sounded pretty scary. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Okay, Gela, you said many times you've made an emergency call. Tell us about one of those calls, Gela.
Thank you. Actually, I'm working at security department, so at my working time, I'm making a lot of emergency calls in case of threats. I'm working at some oil transaction company. And in my everyday life, I also made some calls. It was in two times. One time I saw some man. He was, I don't know, he was drunk or uh, uh, unconscious. He was laying on the streets, and I made this call. And the second time was the similar, the same. Some woman, old lady, were laying on the street. So it was my second time that I made emergency call.
Okay, so you often make emergency calls. Okay, all right, very good. Now, I want to make a note here before we continue. All right, there's an opportunity for us in this lesson to use two verb tenses. Okay, the present tense. Okay, so to state a simple fact, okay, like what you just did, Gayla, okay, I work, okay, I think you said I am working at a transaction company. All right, that's true, okay, but when you say I am working, it's what you're in the process of doing right at this moment. And right at this moment, you're actually taking a class here at Verbally, okay? All right, and if it's an experience that you have had, there's an opportunity to use what we call the present perfect tense. All right, now the way you form that is you have your subject, you have you add the word have or has, and then you add what we would call your past participle. Okay. Well, I'm going to type that here in the chat box, your past participle. So here, what you could say here is, I have made. There you have it. Your subject is I, have, and then your past participle, made. I have made many emergency calls. And then you add an indefinite time word or adverb. Okay, so before. Okay, so there it is in the chat box. Okay, so again, when you're just making a simple statement of fact, use your present tense. All right, if it's an experience that you've had and you're likely to continue having that experience, then you go ahead and use the present perfect tense. But great job. Thanks for sharing with us, Gayla. All right, students, Ismail just joined us. Hello, Ismail. Welcome to class. How are you today? I think Ismail may have stepped away. All right, very good. Okay, has anyone else made emergency phone calls? Can anyone else share an experience with us? An emergency phone call that you have made in the past? Okay. All right. Well, I'd like to share an emergency phone call that I made with you. It was one year that I traveled back home to the United States, and I went to visit some friends. I think I just stopped by to visit some friends. And when I got there, my friend's mother was cooking fish. She was making salmon. But when I came, she got distracted talking to me. And it was my friend, and my friend is in a wheelchair, or was in a wheelchair, and her father and mother and myself. And all of a sudden, I looked at the wall, and there was a light flickering. And I looked up at the light bulb, and the light bulb was fine. So I told my friend's father, I see a light flashing in your kitchen. And so when he went to look at the kitchen was on fire. She forgot all about the fish, and the kitchen was on fire. There was this flame of fire from the skillet, and it was burning the cabinets above. And by this time, the house had gradually filled with smoke, and we didn't realize it. We didn't realize that the house was actually full of smoke. So we called 911, and we said, okay, we're in the house, and the house is on fire. And the operator said, get out of the house quickly. So my friend, and we were on the second floor. She got herself out of the wheelchair and gradually walked herself, scooted herself down the steps, and we all ran outside. And the fire department came, put out the fire, and they, after the fire was out, because there was so much smoke, they put this big industrial sized fan at the door. Now, what this fan does, it sucks out the air, it sucks out smoke from the house. Oh, so that was quite an experience. I never had that happen before, and I'm happy that we all got out of the house safely. All right, so that's my experience. So as you can see, usually in an emergency situation, your adrenaline rises. So I'm going to say that here. Your adrenaline, um, your adrenaline rises, okay? It's a very emotional time, and it can be very, very confusing, okay? Especially if you're making the call in a language that's not your own. Okay, that may be your second, third, or fourth language. Okay, all right. So let's get into our information. Okay, I'm going to see if I can share my screen with you, and we're going to do a little bit of reading about emergency calls. Okay, I found this information online, and I want to share it with you. And then we'll also do a couple of activities. All right. So here we go, and I'm sharing my screen with you right now. All right, very good. So we should all be able to see the screen. All right, very good. So I'm going to ask Lucy. Lucy, can you please read the paragraph that you see on the screen, the first one?
Yeah, of course. In an emergency, the ability to call for help quickly and effectively can mean the difference between minor property damage and total devastation, or even between life and death. Each year, nearly 240 million emergency calls are made to 911, according to the National Emergency Number Association. Many more calls are made to other local emergency numbers in places where 911 is not available. Calling for help is a critical life skill for all adults. This lesson prepares students to know how and when to call 911 or a local emergency number.
Okay, Lucy, I want to congratulate you. Your reading was very clear, accurate, and easy to understand. That was wonderful, Lucy. Thank you for reading that paragraph for me.
Thank you for feedback.
You're welcome. All right, so let's see what we learned from the information. Okay, so in an emergency situation, okay, what are some things that you need to be able to do? Okay, let's see if we understood. Lucy, what did you understand from that paragraph? What is it essential that you be able to do?
You have to stay calm, and when you're making an emergency call, you have to stay calm and to give all the informations that are necessary for National Emergency Association to understand where are you at the moment and how they can help you.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to type just a few things that you said. So you said stay calm, all right, and give clear information. Okay. About your location. All right, very good. All right, now, according to the National Emergency Number Association, okay, I'm going to ask Luo. Luo, according to the National Emergency Number Association, about how many emergency calls are made each year?
According to the National Emergency Number Association, many call made. I don't know exactly number.
Okay, so check the paragraph that's on the screen. All right, it mentions there each year, and it tells us a number about how many emergency calls are made to 911.
Sorry, I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's get some help. All right, and let's see. Suno, can you tell us about how many emergency calls are made to 911 each year?
Um, it's about nearly 240 million calls.
Right, so that's a lot of calls. All right, now the emergency number that's listed here is 911. Okay, Suno, what is the emergent? Do you have an emergency number in your country? What is that emergency number?
It's a 119.
Okay, good. So let's see, let's get that here in the chat box. So 119, and that's for South Korea. All right, very good. Luo, what is the emergency number in your country?
Oh, so I'm very curious of the SUS emergency number because my country's number also 119.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow, that's
China.
interesting. And you're in China. Okay, good. So in China and South Korea, all right, so it's 119. Okay, let's see where anyone else has the emergency number the same. Okay, Alex, in your country, what's the emergency number?
Oh, yeah, of course. This 03 and 911.
Okay.
Is lucky to call our number.
Okay. All right, good. So you've got 03. Now, 03, is that the general emergency number? Or is that for the fire department or for an ambulance service?
Yeah, this is ambulance service.
Ah, okay, that's the ambulance service. Okay, thank you. Thanks for sharing with us. All right, I'm going to ask Ismail. Ismail, what's the emergency number in your country? Okay, I think Ismail stepped away.
Carissa,
Yes, go ahead.
we don't have a compound number in my country like 911, but every state organizations have their number. For example, if you want to call police, you call 155. If you want to Coast Guard or fire department, you can call different number. Or if you want to need an ambulance, you can call 112, something like this. A little different, actually.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Now, one thing I want to mention to you, Ismail, okay, we want to use our article. Take a look at the chat box, okay? Let's use our specific article, the. Okay, so if you need to call the Coast Guard, or if you need to call the police, right, there's a great opportunity to use your article, your definite article. Okay, but you know...
There are many numbers, Carissa. It is difficult, actually, in an emergency situation to remember every number. It is difficult.
Yeah.
Maybe it is more useful to have a compound number or a general number like 911, and you call same number in an emergency situation.
Yeah, that's true. So each city and each country has its own system, and in some places people have found it useful to have a list of the emergency numbers posted somewhere where it's easy to access in an emergency, and that way everyone in a family knows where to go for the number. Ismail, I also want to say that you did a very good job here. You gave us a conditional sentence using if statements. That's very good. Your sentence structure was very good there. Excellent job.
Thank you, Carissa.
You're welcome. All right, very good. Okay, let's get into some specific vocabulary now. Okay, again, I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to take a look at some words that you need to know when you're making an emergency call. All right, so I think we can all see the screen now, and let's see. I'm going to ask Ata.
Yes.
Here you'll see a box, and there are a few vocabulary words there. Okay, can you tell me, choose one of those words and tell me what it means?
How can I choose?
Just
We have 911. Yes. And
okay.
then what am I supposed to do?
Okay, for example, if you know the meaning of emergency, okay, what does the word emergency mean? Tell us what that means.
Okay. So emergency is when someone is having a problem and he wants to find a quick solution for this problem, and especially when life is in danger. For example, when there is fire, or when someone is when someone have an accident, for example, or when someone is dying. I don't know. So this is an emergency.
It's a good definition, and you gave us some examples. Okay, so when someone okay, now a word that you would like to put in your vocabulary here is urgent. In the chat box, when you need help, and or when you need help or assistance. Okay, that word urgent means quickly or rapidly, because it's a life or death situation. All right, very good. All right, we see the word landmark. Can anyone tell me what a landmark is? What is a landmark?
Carissa, landmark is a specific geographical term which we can define, or if we look to the land, we can define them to the other people which we want some help.
Okay, that's right. So let's see if we can get an example. All right, so if you're making an emergency call, you need, I think Lucy told us that you need to explain your location. Okay, so what landmarks could you give? For example, if you wanted the police to arrive at your home quickly, what landmarks could you give? Big items, big places that they cannot miss that will help them get to your home. All right, let's see. I'm going to ask Ata, what landmarks could you give?
I would say police department. We have also mail office. We can also use a school, I think.
All right, good. So yes, those are big buildings that they will be able to find quickly. All right, Lucy, what landmarks could you use if you wanted the police to arrive at your home quickly?
Maybe if I'm in neighborhood where all the houses are big and my house is small, then I could just say the small house in this neighborhood, something like that.
Yes, that's right. So you could say the neighborhood name and then something that they cannot miss. Okay, all of the houses are big, but mine is small. Very good. Okay, that's very good. Okay, let's talk about landline for a second. Okay, who can tell me what is a landline?
Can I speak?
Yes, please.
I think that a landline is the phone that we use, but at home. It's not a cell phone. It's the phone that we use in house, like with a cable.
That's right. So often the emergency operator will say, are you calling from a cell phone or are you calling from a landline? Right? Okay, very good. So sometimes if you're calling from a landline, they can locate your position. Okay, so if maybe you're too scared or too nervous to explain your location, they may be able to do that using like a GPS type or satellite system. All right, very good. Okay, well, let's get right into, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit, and I want to get right into our dialogue. Okay, maybe we can get a couple of people to play the operator. Okay, and we also, want to have someone making the emergency call. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you once again. First, we're going to talk about some tips for calling, and then we're going to get right into our dialogue. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can share my screen. That's a little odd. Okay. I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right, very good. And okay, I'm gonna get another reader. I'm gonna ask Suno. Suno, can you please read the tips for calling for help?
Okay. Stay calm. Speak slowly, loudly, and clearly. Answer all of the operator's questions. No landmarks, like public buildings or parks, or cross streets near your home. Give this information to the operator to make it easier for people to find you in an emergency. If you're not staying in your own home, make sure you know the address in case there is an emergency. If you do not speak English well, tell the operator what language you want to use. If an interpreter is available, he or she will help you and the operator talk to each other. Do not hang up until the operator tells you to hang up.
All right, very good. Excellent job, Suno. Okay, your reading was very crisp as well. Your pronunciation and your enunciation was excellent as well. Okay, so we do have a couple of options here. If English is not your first language or if you do not speak English well, you could ask for an interpreter, or you could simply try your best to speak clearly and calmly. Okay, very good. All right, so I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. Let's see if we can get right into our activity. Okay. All right. So in our first role play, okay, here's our script on the board. So let's see. We need an operator and we need a caller. Okay. So I'm going to start with Luo. Okay, Luo. I'm going to ask you to play the caller.
Caller.
Okay, so you're gonna be the caller, and let's see, Francis. Francis, can you please play? Can you please play the role of the operator?
Okay.
Caller. Hello. I have something I have to call you. Somebody broken in my home, so I have to go.
Okay, Luo, I'm sorry. Let me just interrupt you for a second. Are you able to see the script that's on the board? Can you see what's on the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead with the script, and then right after we do this, then we'll go ahead and get into a different emergency. Okay, so we're going to start with the operator. Okay, so Francis, please begin for us.
Thank you. 911. Oh, I can see the script. Carissa, I can see.
You're not able to see the screen?
Yes. And right now I can see. 911. What is your emergency?
Yeah. There is fire in my neighbor's house.
Oh.
Francis?
Okay. I will open the. Okay. What is the location of the emergency?
The fire is at 100 West Avenue. The house is yellow. It is across from Central Park.
Okay. I can see the screen, Clarissa. Sorry.
Okay. I'm not sure why that is. Okay. Okay, so very good so far, Francis and Luo. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go ahead and switch. All right, so Lucy, I'd like you to be the operator. Okay, you'll read 3 and 4 for us. Okay, so Lucy, please read the operator. And let's see, let's have Alex. Alex, you'll be the caller.
Okay,
Where are you right now?
let's start from the first point.
Alex?
Yeah,
Okay, so we're at number 3, and you're going to read the caller's part.
okay. Oh, I'm in my driveway in the 102 West Avenue. My neighbors is with me. My house is next to the house that is on fire. It is an white house.
What is your name?
My name is Sarah Smith.
Okay, very good. We're also going to read number 5. Okay, so let me just scroll down a bit. Let's read number 5.
And what is your phone number?
I'm using my cell phone. The number is 555 123 4567.
Very good. All right, and let's go ahead. We're going to continue with number 6. Okay, give me 1 second. Gela, can you read the operator's part for number 6, 6 through 9? And then we're going to have Ismail. Please be the caller.
Okay. Is everyone out of the home?
My neighbor said her brother is sleeping in his bedroom on the 2nd floor. He is still inside.
Stay outside. Do not go back into the home. Tell your neighbor to stay outside with you. The fire department will be there soon to help.
All right, let's continue.
How old is the person who is still in the home?
He is around 20 years old.
Do you know where the fire started?
We don't know, but it looks like it is in the kitchen. There are flames and smoke coming from the kitchen window.
Okay, very good. All right. Okay, and we're just going to do a quick switch here. All right. I'm going to have Suno. Suno, please read the operator's part in number 9. And let's see. Let me have. Okay, let me go back to Luo. Luo, please read the caller's part.
Yes, fire trucks are there.
Okay, we're at number 9.
No, sorry. Yeah. And do you know where the fire started?
Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. We don't know, but it looks like it is in the kitchen. There are flames and smoke coming from the kitchen window.
Stay calm and don't hang up. Help is on the way.
Okay.
All right.
The fire.
2 minutes later. Continue, please.
The fire trucks are here.
Stay in your driveway. Someone will come and talk to you. We can hang up now.
All right. All right, so everyone, I want to thank you for your participation here in the dialogue. All right, now let's talk about a few notes here. Okay, so you'll notice that the operator asks a series of questions, okay? Now, I'd like to ask you a question. Okay, in an emergency situation, okay, the operator is not only going to ask you questions, but they're also going to try to help you to be calm. Okay, so your tone of voice should reflect that. Okay, so for example, Okay, I'm sorry. Everyone, when you're not using your microphone, please make sure to mute your microphone. That way it cuts down on the background noise. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and mute those microphones. All right. Very good. Okay. So let's take a look at the script. Okay. Right. Okay, so let's take a look at the script one more time. All right, your reading was very good, but I'd like to help you to think about the effect or your tone of voice that you should have if you're working as an operator. Okay, for example, she says here in number 7, stay outside. Okay, now it says here, look at the word not. The word not is capitalized. You want to emphasize that. Do not go back into the home. Okay, it's more like a command. You're not asking for permission. You're not asking the person to do anything. That's a direct command. Do not go back into the home. Tell your neighbor to stay outside with you. The fire department will be there soon. Okay, so your tone of voice needs to be a bit reassuring because the person is a bit agitated and nervous. Okay, look at number 10. She says there, stay calm and don't hang up. Help is on the way. Okay, so those are some expressions that are reassuring, and it will help the person remain calm. All right, very good. Does anyone have any questions about the script that we just did? Does anyone have any questions there? Okay, all right, well, we're going to change the scene. Okay, we're going to change the scene a bit. Okay, let's suppose that, okay, I'm going to go back up to the top. Let's suppose that you have seen a car. I'm sorry. Francis, please mute your microphone. There you go. I'm sorry, there's just a lot of background noise where you are, Francis. Okay, all right, thank you very much. Okay, so let's change the emergency situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and say that you have seen a car accident. Okay, or you're in a car accident. So I'm going to type that here. You're in a car accident. All right, and you need to call 911. Okay, so I'm not going to give you the script. I'm not going to give you the script. You're going to come up with the words to say it yourself. Okay? Now, okay. So you're going to come up with You're going to come up with the script yourself. Okay? Now, some of the words that the operator might say, some of the questions are there under car accident. Okay. So Lucy, I'm going to have you be the person who is in the car accident. So you are the caller, Lucy. Okay? And I'm going to have Gela. Gela, you are the operator. Okay? All right, very good. So Lucy, go ahead and place your 911 call.
Hello, there's been an accident.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Could you tell what's the type of accident, please?
Car accident in the at the crossing of 5th and 3rd Avenue.
Okay, please stay calm and tell me where are you calling from?
I'm calling from my office. I saw the accident from my window.
Oh, can you say the landmarks of this place, please?
Yeah, it's a big building who has American and Brazil flag on it.
Okay, thank you very much. Our team is right on the way, and they will come soon.
Okay.
Good. That was excellent. Lucy, you gave great landmarks. You were very specific. You answered the operator's questions. Excellent job. Good job, Gayla and Lucy. All right, okay. Let's move on to our next role play, and this time there has been a crime. Okay, there's been a crime. Okay, now Ata, you are going to be the caller. Okay, you're calling in to 911. All right, and Luo is going to be the operator. Okay, let's begin.
Yes, hello.
Yes. Why you call me?
Actually, I'm calling for an emergency. I can see a man bleeding next to me, and he can't move.
Wow, sounds bad. When did the crime happen?
I don't know. I just came here, and I found this man bleeding, and I think he's dying right now.
Died? Oh wow. Is it happened right now, or this man just died some previously? I mean,
Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
oh yeah. I mean, is happening right now? This man just dying right now?
Yes, right now. I just came here, and I found out a man who was bleeding.
Well, why you are here? You are there, and if you see someone suspected of this, uh, to maybe murder this man.
No, I didn't see anyone who I didn't see anyone here except this man who are bleeding, who is bleeding. Sorry, I didn't see the criminal.
Well, okay. We will send our our colleagues to there, and was a suspect walking. If you can see, was a suspect walking or driving a car?
No, I can't see anybody.
Well, uh, okay. I see. I will send our colleagues to there. No problem.
So do you know my location?
I know. Could you tell me?
Okay, I'm just near the post office at the Sarcelles neighborhood. Do you know where it is?
No. Please give me your POI. I mean the GPS, so we can get there soon.
Actually, I don't know my GPS position. I don't have a GPS on me. It is
Oh
complicated right here.
well.
Okay, very good, very good. Let me go ahead and interrupt you there, guys. Good. All right. So let's add a few pointers here. Okay. Thank you guys for your role play there. Okay. So again, here's a good opportunity to use vocabulary from our lesson today. All right. So remember in the dialogue, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to scroll down to our role play. Let's see. All right, so when the 911 operator calls, okay, when they pick up, all right, the operator says 911 or whatever the number is. Okay, now look at the question. What is your emergency? Okay, now that's a very clear question. What is your emergency? All right, the next question that the person asks right off the bat, what is the location of the emergency? Okay, again, where are you right now? Okay, because you're right, you may not know your GPS coordinates. If you happen to know that, okay, that's great. But the person, again, is going to be nervous. If you see someone bleeding and almost dying on the road, you're going to start panicking. So you may look up and see a street sign. You may also see a landmark. Okay, so that's another thing that you can ask for. What is around you? Look around you. What do you see? Okay, so those are some direct questions that will get you to that person's location quickly. All right, now if you see that the 911 operator is not acting quickly or you're panicking, you could say, please send help quickly. I need your help urgently. Okay, so those are some words that you can use. Quickly, urgently, come fast. Okay, all right, very good. Those are just some pointers that that I can add for you. All right, let's try a different role play now. Okay, this time, let's see. We need to get let's see, Ismail. Okay, Ismail, I'm gonna need you to be I'd like you to be the operator, Ismail. Okay, so you're gonna be the operator this time, operator, and Francis. Okay, Francis, you're going to be the caller. Now, in this situation, okay, let's see what our situation is. Just give me a second. Okay, in this situation, there is a medical emergency. Okay, Francis, someone in your home is having a heart attack. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. Okay, so let's see. Francis, go ahead and call 911. Francis.
Ring, 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 ring. 911. What is your emergency?
Okay, it looks like, Francis, I see that you're talking, but we're not able to hear you. Okay, Francis, go ahead and make sure that your microphone is turned on. There you go. Beautiful job. Okay, so Ismail, start again, please.
Francis, do you hear me?
What?
Ring, 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 ring. 911. What is your emergency?
Good morning, sir. I had an emergency. My daughter suffered an accident in the, right now in the street 16 Hendrick Street, Providence, Rhode Island. She cries and she don't move. And she's bleeding in the head. I need to help me with the situation.
What is the location of the emergency?
What? Repeat again?
What is the location of the emergency?
The location is he say 16 Henry Street, Academy Avenue. The code is 09298. It's Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay, madam. I sent an ambulance to your address. What is your name?
Francisca Kinsin, and my daughter is Tania Avalos.
Are you using a cell phone or do you call me with a landline?
I using my cell phone.
Okay, good. All right, thanks guys for your role play. That was excellent. Okay, that was very good. Okay, Ismail, I loved how you asked specific questions. That way you could find Francis's location very quickly and easily. Excellent job. All right, now we're just going to wrap up a bit. Okay, I'm going to scroll right down. Scroll down to our questions. All right. Let's ask just maybe a couple of questions here, and then we're just going to wrap up. All right, so let's ask the first question. So how do you feel when you're calling the emergency number? Okay, what are some of the things that you're feeling? Ata, how do you feel when you're making an emergency call?
It is a little bit complicated because often when we make an emergency call, we are just, as you said, we had some adrenaline, so we get panicked and we are not feeling so good.
All right, very good. So let's see. We panic. All right, and some good adjectives. How you're feeling. That's right. Okay, so when you are the operator, okay, how are you feeling as an operator? Lucy, can you tell me how you felt as the operator?
Uh, I just wanted the most information I could get from the caller, and I just wanted to know his location, her or his location, to know how to help him the best.
That's right. Okay, so your main focus is to try to remain calm and to put that person at ease. Okay, you want to make sure that you can get enough information to get help to them quickly. All right, very good. All right, now for those of you who played the operator's part, okay, I'm going to ask you, Ismail. Ismail, did you remember everything? I'm sorry, not the operator. Okay, for those of you who actually made the call, for you, those of you who were the caller, did you remember everything you needed to tell the operator? Okay, in an emergency situation, do you think that you could remember everything that you need to tell the operator? Or do you feel like you were missing some vocabulary? Okay, all right. I'm not hearing anything. Okay, I think Lucy, I think you played the part of the caller. Okay, now do you think that you remembered to tell the operator all of the important information?
Yeah, I think I remember I told him the my location and what was going on, and I'm not sure if he asked me where I'm calling from, but I think that was unnecessary because he knew where am I at.
Okay, right. So he knew your
Location,
location.
yeah.
Uh-huh, very good. All right, so I put the tips again on the board when you are calling for help. All right, so these are the things that you want to remember to say and you want to remember to do when you are calling for help. All right, very good. Are there any questions that anyone has? Do you have any questions about how to say anything in English when you're making emergency calls?
I have a question. For example, if I'm calling, and can I say everything at one time? I mean, um, my location and what is going on and where am I calling from, and just to listen what the operator has to say.
Yes, you can. You can say everything all together, but remember, if you do that, you want to speak slowly, loudly, and clearly because the operator is going to be typing your information into the computer system,
Hmm.
okay, and they want to make sure that they get it accurately. So then, even though you say it initially, they may still ask you some questions to make sure that they understood you correctly.
Okay.
You definitely can. All right, very good. Thanks for your question, Lucy. Does anyone else have any questions? Are there any other questions? Okay, very good. Well, that's going to bring our class session to an end. Please know that if you would like a personal one-on-one session with me, you're welcome to book that class online. Otherwise, please look out for my future classes. Thanks, everyone, for joining me here in the class, and I hope that you have a good evening or a good rest of the day. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, everyone. Bye-bye.